Hey everybody, John Granato from The Bench. Mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, and that's AJ Hoffman. He's on the Blitz. Afternoons on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Hit that subscribe button so that you can get all our content here on SportsMap. Let's talk some Texans football. In the midst of all this Deshaun stuff going on, Nick Caserio is doing a lot of work. So far, he cut Nick Martin, restructured Tunsil, Merciless Cooks, David Johnson. So, considering how much time Caserio spent undoing O'Brien's decisions, if the Texans hadn't been caught tampering and were allowed to hire Caserio the first time, well, Caserio had even had a chance of being effective with Bill O'Brien. Could he have done all of this stuff, or would Bill O'Brien have stopped him and been the boss and really curtailed what Nick Caserio is doing?
It's a really good question. I think had management come down and said, hey, Nick is in charge of these football decisions, you're the head coach, then yeah, maybe he could have. But as it stands now, like you said, he's really, his main job has been to undo a lot of the things that were done over the last 3 or 4 years, and I think that he deserves some credit here. I wouldn't have thought that the Merciless deal could be. I didn't think you could even put a Band-Aid on it, and he did more than that. The Tunsil deal, reworking that, I thought was a good move. I think he's cut some fat on this team that they didn't really need. I think it's the way people are going to look at it is, well, they're no closer to success than they were when he got here, and they're really not. But that wasn't realistic. I think if you're going to judge Nick Caserio, it has to be on what he does over the next several years and not over the next year or two, because the hole that he's digging out of was so deep that it's almost impossible to fix in one offseason or two offseasons, really. And if Deshaun goes, it may even be a longer-term project than that.
You know, it's funny. I've seen a few places. I've seen Nick Caserio, boy, what a great job he's doing. He's bringing in guys. But I've also seen places where, what is he doing? Christian Kirksey, Shaq Lawson's, Joe Thomas's. I mean, these are not guys that are difference makers. You're trading average guys for average guys. They may be a slight upgrade over what you have, but they're not. Now, a lot of it is one-year deals. I like Desmond King, but it's a one-year deal, so he's going to be here and he's going to try to move on to somewhere where he can make money and win, you would think anyway, or maybe they can get him to sign long-term deals. But it's not like, he's made any there's no splash. He's made a lot of moves, but the water's not moving, AJ.
Yeah, a lot of the signings he's made are just roster fillers. You're filling out the bottom of the roster. You have to have a certain amount of players on your team. He's making sure they've got these players. I don't think it's a bad idea. And I think if you go out and you make a big splash and you sign some top free agent to a 5-year deal, basically you're wasting 2 of the first 5 of those years, because I don't think there's players out there who are going to really make a difference and turn this team into a winner next season. I don't think those guys exist. So I think he's getting guys who can get them through this storm. Though signing guys to 1-year deals, I think, is very wise, because there's no point in investing long term right now when you realize that the first couple years of that investment just aren't going to come to any kind of fruition.
Yeah, and I hope the fan base is fair with him. If he is, I mean, he's got his hands tied behind his back these first couple of years, especially with no draft picks and limited money and with the mess that Bill O'Brien left him with. But if he does make some smart moves, I hope that this fan base gives him a fair shake. I don't know, though, because of his association with Easterby and coming from the New England Patriots. That's another strike against him.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be hard for this fan base to get on board with Nick Caserio.
It may be, because Nick Caserio right now is part of the three-headed monster. He's part of the Cal Easterby sort of overlord group that no one is happy with and no one is going to be happy with for some time. I think his hope is that he can sort of separate himself from those guys and set this team up for some success. And I think he is if you're looking at these guys the way the fans look at him, he's got the best Q rating with the fans. Like, fans hate him less than they hate Easterby or McNair, certainly right now. So I think it's easiest for him to come around to the fans.